Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I have to be really quiet, number one. If you're familiar with my page or you've watched any of my videos, you know I have two babies under the age of two, whom are both in the bed right now, actually finally sleeping for once. I'm pretty sure we're looking at around going on 3 in the morning. But let me go ahead and introduce myself if this is your first time watching. My name is Brittany. I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. Feed your $5 habit. Everything we sell is $5 other than our children's jewelry, which is $1. I am consultant 126955. You can visit my website, read a little bit more about me and my story there. I have been trying at all costs to kind of video library my walk with paparazzi, from getting my starter kit, my reaction video, what all came in that, to the night that I did my first Facebook Live party. I ordered my kit, I guess it was on January the 6th. I received it, that was on a Saturday. I received it the following Wednesday. I now am going on the 20th of the month, and I am down to very few pieces of jewelry that I have left. I have 3 orders in processing coming my way, full of jewelry. I think about almost 100 pieces total. Our website is always changing, always has different stuff daily, Monday through Friday, that goes up on the site. So that is something that kind of keeps me and my other consultants on my team continuously busy and able to make money, is because we always have different things. We have different things than each other. We have different tastes than each other. And when things are going off the website, especially new releases, they're gone. So I've definitely become very addicted to shopping my jewelry site and making orders. But with that being said, I've also been very successful. I've done 2 lives so far on Facebook, live jewelry parties. I've made sales both times. I'm also going to be doing a tutorial kind of showing you how I'm going to be shipping out my first package, because I did make a pretty decent size order to a little girl that I know from Illinois. So I'm already, shipping out. I'm doing local meets and pickups. So in the short time that I have been involved in the company, I have done very well for myself. I've met goals. I didn't want to make another order of jewelry until I saw how well I did with selling what came in my kit. Now I'm waiting on almost 100 pieces of jewelry to get here, down to very little. I will be doing another live tomorrow, which brings me to say, if you have watched any of my prior videos, my internet connection here. We just recently, I don't know when you'll be watching this, but if you're considering joining my team and you've watched a couple of my lives and I've sent you to this YouTube to kind of refer back, we saw a lot of snow here in Kentucky in the last week. So not only did my jewelry order get delayed from snow, but my internet connection has also not been very good. So I also, in the past couple of days, have called my internet provider and I have upped my speed and internet. I have bought on Amazon and gotten in a couple of tools that I intend on using on my next live tomorrow. So the only time that I have to kind of test some of these products and check out my video streams and do things like that are when my children are asleep. One of the very first tutorials I did was a part 1 to quick mom makeup, and there never got to be a part 2 because it never came for me with my children. So with that being said, I have to try to do as much as I can when my children are asleep, because I do work from home. We've also all had a lot of allergies and things going on, so it's just been one thing after another. But needless to say, I did want to try to test out this video and see if my connection by any chance was better, if my video was any clearer. I also got a new video light for makeup tutorials for showing my jewelry in my Facebook Live party. So there was a few things that I wanted to test and try, and I always refer back to my YouTube channel to try to do a few of those things, reactions, and things like that. So, with that being said, I'm going to try to get through this video quickly so that I can see the stream and the playback, so that I can be prepared for my live. That's actually AKA tonight. I do still need to get some rest, but I also did just receive in the mail from Amazon my beauty light. As you can see, is very bright. It actually has 3 levels of brightness, and back to the warm lighting that's here in the room. So let's get started. I'm just going to do a real quick base coat on my face of MAC Match Master Foundation. I'm number NC20. This is just going to be a quick face just to kind of see how my feed is and how clear I am in this video on playback. And I'm also, bear with me, going to see what this light looks like when I try to do a video like such. I do feel as if it is a little fuzzy almost. It's so bright, but let's try it. Again, if you've watched any of my other makeup videos, if they're clear enough to even watch, normally people do concealers first. I do foundation, and then I highlight and correct with concealer after. Under my eyes, because no, I do not get very much sleep in order to work or get anything done for my independent business. I am up most of the night either getting a bottle or trying to get work done, so definitely have to make sure if I don't get any foundation anywhere else on my face, I always make sure to get it around my eyes, under my eyes, and on my eyelids. Brush up through my forehead. Always remember my number 1 makeup tip. You want to try to go up on the face, down on the nose. I've also shown in a couple of videos that how to use different types of applicators when I put my foundation on. My favorite is always going to be what I refer to as my paintbrush. Let me also say that this facial light, almost like a Lumi light setting that clips onto my phone for video, this is only the first level of brightness. So we will look at the other 2 levels when I get a little bit closer to do my brows. That is 2 pumps of MAC Match Master. The paintbrush does hold a little bit of product, unlike some other applicators like the silicone that I've shown before that does not actually hold any product. So I do kind of use this to go back in and buff out little places after I get it. But so that's just a simple 2 pumps Match Master covering some T-zones. Now I'm going to go in as an Instafix Photo Ready from Revlon Makeup Fondé Tint. And then, of course, you know they have it in every language, but this is basically a foundation stick. A Revlon Photo Ready Instafix. This is something that I tend to keep in my purse for under eyes. It does have a pretty good amount that you get in there as far as just a stick, kind of like it's like a concealer stick. I always go down my nose, under my eyes, on my eyelids. If you watch my other videos, I don't normally use an eye primer. So we always use concealer or foundation as my primer there too. Now, if you will, I'm going to tap this light one and one more time again. As far as lighting goes, this is the brightest setting that this Lumi video light has, and it does definitely brighten you up. Let me see. So that is actually going to be the brightest setting on this Lumi light. As far as using it for my Facebook Live to show jewelry, I think, maybe not the brightest setting, but for my tutorials and up close, as far as showing every little bit of your face, it definitely does the job there. Then here we are back to just a regular room lighting. And then just to level 1 lighting again. That was just kind of like a extra set of foundation. Now I'm going to go in with my Mary Kay concealer. I'm in a beige 2. I don't really have any areas that are super problem for me right now, other than under my eyes. Mary Kay does have a really good full coverage concealer. Really good full coverage concealer. As you can see from just those couple little taps, I've not even went in and blended again down my nose to highlight. I did just recently do my brows, so they are a little more red than normal, so I am gonna just kind of dab under those as well, also for highlighting and to grab, shadow. If I were going to be doing shadow tonight, which I'm not, this again is just kind of a basic, normal, just getting a normal, quick face on, just to get rid of those dark under circles. Give me some color, not, be my normal, just rolled out of bed, freshly moisturized face. So, as far as that goes, I think we are good there. Now, a dampened beauty blender or any type of sponge that you want to use, and I just kind of go in and make sure that I pat it really well into my fine lines that I am starting to get around my eyes, crow's feet, smile lines. You just kind of want to pat and get it to set. My forehead can tend to have a wrinkle or two at times. So I just kind of go in with a dampened sponge and just kind of dab it in. Make it set as good as I can. Quickly again. This is kind of just a quick video so that I can review and see, if my speed or my internet connection has helped these videos at all, or my clearness, or, how I look as far as my playbacks. So now I'm going in with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores blush, and I'm in a naturally pretty, I'm always normally in a rosy pink color, and then I'm going to go into the apples of my cheeks. You're always going to want to smile and do those too. And then up here in my hairline on each side and down. And that's how I always normally apply there. Now, if I'm going to put a lipstick on, kind of go dap my nose with whatever is excess on the brush to my chin, to my nose. If I'm going to have a lipstick on, I normally tend to go a little darker with my blush so that it doesn't look so lipstick kind of can take your color away if you have blush on or if you have a highlighter on. So if I know I'm going to have like a pinky type lipstick or any type of color on my lips, I go a little bit darker with my blush than what I would if I was just, going to do more of like a plain gloss or a moisturizer on my lip. But again, because this is just a quick and simple video feed, now I'm going to go in still quickly with a highlighter. I'm going to be using Hard Candy Cheap Highlighter. Simple drugstore product. I think it costs maybe $8. $8. I love a good baked highlighter as far as, to have different tones and shades put into it. I like them to be baked kind of in a form like this because I like to tap into the ones that I want to use, and then sometimes I'll mix. I always highlight the tops, like right underneath my eyes, the tops of my cheeks, and then I'll take my finger if I don't have my slender brush. I'm gonna go down that Cupid's bow. I'm gonna blend that. I can even take my hand because I don't mind a shimmer, and I can go there. And because I'm not doing a shadow today, I'm also going to take the one that has the most shimmer, and I'm going to go into the corners of my eyes on both sides. Make sure, kind of to the bridge of the nose, crease of the eye. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the darker rosier color, go back over that blush, and again in the hairline. Then I'm going to take more of the bronze matte and use like as a contour highlight to kind of just round my forehead off, round my jawline out. And you can also, this is a very powdery when you go to really dab in there, because I like to get a lot of product on my brush. It goes everywhere. Then I'm also going to take it, because I didn't bring my contour out, I grabbed a quick makeup bag that had just what I thought was a little bit of everything that I couldn't do a quick face. So because I do not have my contour palette, I'm simply going in with a bronze duplicate. Again, that's why I like to always go with 3 multiple uses for this. You don't just have to use it for, like it says, 3 times a charm, glow all the way, contouring face trio. So I can use this for bronzer, highlighting, contouring, the whole nine. I can also, again, the color with my shimmer, you can see I barely dabbed my finger. Too much light. Too much light. If I hold it back a little bit, maybe. Let's see what that looks like when I'm trying to show an example. When I go all the way up with the lighting, if I kind of hold back, you can see by dabbing my finger how much product that picked up. Again, this is just a simple drugstore 3-in-1 hard candy trio. You can get it at Walgreens, Walmart, but just showing how much product my pinky picked up and just rubbing that. Then again, that's back to no light. Let me give you that little swatch view again. That is just from simply dabbing into my shimmer color. No wonder it goes everywhere when I push my brush hard into that. Let me go back to light 1. I'm going to go just into my brow bone, right under where I'm getting ready to do my brows, just to give a little shimmer under there, because I'm not doing a shadow. So as you can see, I've basically got to contour, blush, kind of bronze off my nose, forehead, shorten it, jawline, contour a little bit with it, all in one. So, big earrings. I don't get to wear big earrings often because obviously my children, being so young, will gladly pull them out of my head for me. But when I can, and I'm going out, or if I'm, kind of just talking about my business or doing a video, doing a Facebook Live, I do get the chance to kind of wear jewelry that I wouldn't get to if it was just me and the kids, because they definitely are at the age where it is funny to torture mom. So, now guys, just real quick, as you can see, it doesn't take long. My face is contoured, blushed, my eyes are highlighted, cheekbones you can see from both sides. I'm going to go up one more light, and I'm going to go into my brows now. Normally I only use a powder on my brows, but I am going to go in a little bit with a stick today. And this is just a simple eyebrow pencil from Absolute New York. You can get these at Sally's. It has two ends to it, my favorite kind. It has the more like an eyeliner type end. It's not really a hard type cream. It goes on pretty smooth. And then your brush. Now, I try to brush mine up and out first. And then over, just this shape. Again, up. This is supposed to be your thickest part in your brow. And then over, and just by kind of brushing those out before you get started will help your pencil to go in a little bit better. This is in a medium brown. I do highlight through my hair, but my natural is all this dark that I leave surrounding my face, so I try to stick with my natural color when it does come to my brows. Sometimes I'll go like a light blonde with a powder, but especially if I'm not really trying to have a lot of makeup on or have a bold brow, if I just, kind of want to fill in, then I only use a powder. But when I want, for you to be able to see the shape well of my brow versus just kind of filling in where I've got what I call pluck happy, then I try to do a little bit of the stick and powder together. At the very, very least, I at least, try to make the outline for me to go back in with my powder. Especially in the top, but I can always fill that in with powder too. And then that's all that I don't like to go really dark. When it comes to my pencil, you can kind of see the brown in the shade that I use in that. It's not even as dark as what my natural hair color is, but it's, like in between a medium brown blonde. And then again, I do go back after I've put the pencil in there, and I do brush again and just kind of make sure that they're even. You don't want to watch and go back and forth too much though, because you can tend to look at them for too long and think that you need more on this side, more on that side, and end up doing way too much altogether. Now I'm going into my Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. This is one of my favorite eyebrow palettes. And it's Do Your Brows a Favor. I do love that it has a little mirror for you to take with you. A lot of time in palettes, guys, I will always go back and forth. Of course, you can see I do have the darkest color, which I can and sometimes do dab into. But for the majority, I'm going to take, you can see my curved, tighter type pencil. You can also, brush. You can also use these if you want to do an eyeliner. Also, if I'm doing more of a natural look, sometimes I will take the same exact brush from my eyebrows and go just into the top line of my lashes just to bold those up a little bit. and that's all I'll do. Now, majority of the time, if I'm gonna even do anything on my eyes, it's gonna be a liquid liner always. Um, I just like liquid liner. I'm a big fan of a felt tip liquid liner. I don't really like, I've tried about every kind that you can try. And just personally, in my favor, I don't like the kind with the um, brush in it that you kind of have to get out and get the excess off. That, you know, where the bristles can come apart. I'll pull them out and I'll have one going crazy. So, in my personal preference, I love a felt tip. I can just both eyes, especially after children, where I've learned that I do have to be extra fast sometimes when it comes to getting ready. So the easier to get on, always the better. And then again, I just did the same thing underneath both eyes, and that's kind of just framed my eyes a little bit without having to do a whole lot of work. Now for my eyebrows, again, I can go as far over as into the darker shade, but I normally go between the first two. And in palettes, guys, a lot, I will always mix colors. Now you can see where I've put that pencil. Now I'm just going to take that brush and kind of make that powder stick into that pencil really well and blend the rest of that out. That's just going to thicken and show shape of my brow a little bit better. Um, and when I put my foundation on, guys, I always go over my eyebrows with it. And I kind of say that's like my eyebrow primer. Um, because normally, like I said, if I don't use a stick, I will just use powder to kind of fill in my brows. So if I put like a little bit of my foundation just through my natural brow as I'm putting it on and brushing it on, like I don't try to avoid them. I don't necessarily put them into my eyebrows, but I don't try to avoid getting foundation around them when I put it on my face, because I do feel like it helps my powder to stick a little bit better. Obviously, anything, you know, if it's got something to hold on to, is going to hold on a little bit better, and you don't want your brows going anywhere once they're filled in. And that is all that I do as far as a brow goes. Let's tone that up one more and see if you can kind of see that a little bit better. So I go in with the stick, but I don't necessarily make them, you know, really dark with the stick. I like to go back in with my powder and just kind of place that powder into the stick and into my foundation. Normally, the place that I need to do that the most is when I'm shaping is just here in the top of my brow. And then I'm going to do that obviously on both sides and make sure that it's patted in really well. Now, with a different shade of light, that kind of gives you a little bit of a better idea as far as a brow. I did dab a little bit into the darker color, just because I was going all down through them. I also put it on my eyes for a powdered eyeliner, so they did end up, you know, being a little darker, but as you can see, it does still match my natural color. But I don't like, if I'm not going to have a whole lot of shadow or my bold liner, liquid liner on, to do a real dark brow, because I don't want them to stand out more than anything else on my face. But mascara will always help that and take away some, of course, once you get your eyes opened up with that. Now, guys, just for a real quick finish up, because like I said, I basically want to see how the feed is on this video, try it out my light. Speaking of, we're going to go back to a one, because personally for me and watching my video, it lightens it up a lot more, even for me, being able to see myself. So just real quick, I am using Tarte's Tartiest mascara, of course, in Glam Black, Blackest Black. My mom has always been a fan of Black Brown. I personally am just a Glam Black. The blacker the better. I normally do a fake lash. I used to always wear, love that when that happens, I used to always wear a fake lash, and then I had children. and fake lashes. You know, I just don't really, especially from working from home, unless I'm getting ready to, do a live or have a reason to really get my makeup on good. Just don't really have the reasoning to do a really bold lash with falsies anymore like I used to. But sometimes I can go in there, honey, one-handed and throw some on there if I want to. I always only do one coat on the bottom and two on the top, because I feel like you always are going to want your top lashes to be the boldest, the bigger the better. So the more product, obviously, and double coated those are, the more that they're going to stand out for you versus on the bottom. So just for a quick little tutorial on, basically this is what I would do if I was running out, gonna go meet somebody to pick up an order, or, going out to church. I mean, anytime that I just basically with children need to get a real quick face on, I ain't real worried about the eyeshadow. Is never leave the house without mascara, no matter what kind you prefer to use. But for me, this is something that I would do just as a quick, easy done. Don't look like I've been up all night with children. Easy, quick, fast look for me personally. I am able to use my again, my hard candy, my 3-in-1, I'm able to use that in different aspects. I could have still used a liquid liner, but because this basically was just, like I said, a real quick throw on and maybe something easier for you that you can try, the same powder that I use in my brows, I will use to line the top and bottom of my eyes. So that was just something, I guess, like a quick mom tip for you for a type of eyeliner you can try if you are in a hurry or just need to get something on real quick to kind of make yourself come alive. So hopefully that was helpful. Glad I got to check out my new little video selfie light. And again, make sure if you haven't to subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more tutorials with makeup. Hopefully this internet speed's better, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Make sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in joining my team with Paparazzi, make sure to comment below and let me know. See you on the next one.